Mr. Belquist.
Mr. Friedrich, how are you?
Good. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Excellent. It's been a busy month for everybody.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yep. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Well, welcome. We missed you.
Thanks. It's yeah. We've, like you said, it's been a busy month. We've all been having things going on, and it's good to be back. It's been it's weird. You get away from doing, being in front of the camera, and but you know what? It's like a bicycle. You know what? You just get back on it, and there you go.
Yep.
And look at this. Episode number 11 or episode number 12, depending upon which way you're looking, because as we know, the episode we're going to be discussing tonight is one of those double up episodes.
Yeah. How do we usually do that? Well, first of all, we didn't run the intro again.
Yeah.
I figured, since it's been a while, and scheduling and things like that, but it's been a while since you and I have been together again. Why don't we take a shot at humming the theme music?
And you're worried about getting thrown off of YouTube, and you're worried about getting thrown off of Facebook. You talk about violating copyright. That's just a violation, period. Don't even worry about the copyright. Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Too much fun. Well, listen, Roy, one of the other things that you and I were in the habit of is going through an ITC summary. Did you happen to dig one up for tonight's episode?
Oh, shoot.
That's okay.
No, I'm just psych. I'm just kidding. I got it.
Oh, boy, you go. Well, because I'm curious. I don't know what episode it is, so I'm waiting.
I'm sure.
Synopsis,
Well, let's look at it this way. We are episode 11 or 12, and we've already done one double up episode, or I should say, you've already done one double up episode, or two episodes. This is the second set of the double up episodes, and the one we're doing tonight is more my favorite than the other one. And I will say that the other one has kind of grown on me a little bit more than it did in past years. But with all that suspense and with everybody out there, and we will come back to the folks that are out there, because we have a lot of people out there, and we definitely want to say hi to them, and we'll catch up. But I'm going to give you the ITC summary, folks. And I know you're waiting with dying breath as I extend this out, and you're really wondering, what the heck is this guy going to say? What is he going to talk about? What is the episode? There's only 24 of them, and we're doing episode 11 or 12. Well, you asked and you shall hear. A planet on which people enter this is the big one, folks. This is the giveaway. Chrysalis stage, when they reach their allotted span. Reborn, they attain new heights of mental, physical perfection. But from Moonbase Alpha, the planet threatens disaster. And we are, of course, discussing tonight, episode number 11 or 12, the AB Chrysalis.
AB Chrysalis.
Interesting enough, Warren, back in the day, before this was premiered, and when this was actually the original shooting script, and a lot of folks may have seen this, referred to this, it was actually the ABC.
Yes.
Chrysalis.
I had a script with the original title on it.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
And actually, it was the Chrysalis ABC.
Yes, the Chrysalis ABC. Yes, I said it backwards. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But a fantastic episode. This is a go-to for me.
Yep.
I don't know about yourself, but I mean, it's got some great visuals, great effect sequences. With the eagle and all things to do with not only the moon, but then the planet and those gravity towers and those cool lightning effects. And I love this episode. It's really one of my favorites, and it's a great Nick Tate episode as well.
Absolutely. And as I've said in the past, now when Space 1999 Year 2 was on, especially in the earlier episodes or early to mid episodes, as we know, Nick was not in all 24 of the Year 2 episodes. In fact, not out of the entire cast, if you don't count flashback images, and even with that, there was no one in the cast that was actually in all 24 episodes because of the double up scripts.
Yeah.
And so I would say 23 episodes would be the maximum for everyone. But Nick was in 18 of the episodes. So at the beginning, after the teaser, so to speak, and then they would run the credits for the episode, I would always watch out to see, if it was going to say featuring Tony Anholt and Nick Tate.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, it only said featuring Nick Tate because Tony Anholt was not in this episode. Yeah. The reason being is double up episode. They were shooting Catacombs of the Moon, and they were doing the cave sequences where he's looking for Michelle Osgood and Patrick Osgood in the catacombs. So while they were filming this piece in the command center, what happened was John Hugg actually took Tony's dialogue, and Tony would have been in command. And then what they did was they actually had Helena being in command of command center.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the shift. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the changes in the script because of the double up.
Right.
So just to put that out.
So you know what? My brain's foggy, Roy, but I'd always thought there were 2 sets of double up episodes, but were there actually 3 sets in year 2? Because if you're calling this the second set, there was a third set, right? So because the first set was Rules of Luton and Mark of Arcanon.
Yep.
And then this was okay. See, this is the one that I don't normally consider the second set. So this was A.B. Chrysalis with Catacombs of the Moon, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And then the third set is Devil's Planet and Dorzak.
You got it.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. Yeah. So there's three sets of double up. They were really on a time crunch.
They were. I mean, they were cranking them out. I mean, production started January 26th of 1976, and then production ended, I think it was like the second week of, I think it was around maybe the 18th of December, right? Very close to Christmas in December of 76. Mm-hmm. So they literally were filming almost an 11-month schedule, if you think about it, because they started in late January. Mm-hmm. With the year 1, they started production in the end of November of 1973, and then they finished with all the going back and they had to do some reshoots and what have you. Some stories got shelved, and then Space Brain is the one that immediately comes to mind. The Last Enemy, I know they went and they did pickup shots. That went until March of 75. So that's 16 months compared to 11 months. So there was a lot of rushing going on in regards to that. So.
No, for sure. Well, listen, you mentioned some of our guests tuning in tonight.
Yeah.
Run through a few of them and say hello to some folks.
Yeah, and we have Nancy out there. I'm going to say she's joining us first. Nancy's joining us from Canada. Welcome, Nancy. Good to see you out there. And David is also out there. Welcome, David. I always think of you when Shari and I are in Canada because Cornwall, I think it is. Cornwall. Yeah. I always think of you, David, because it's right next to, or it's not next to, but there's signs by Gananoque for Cornwall when you're going off onto the major highway there. And
Rory, did you also know that in Regina here, I live on Cornwall Street?
No, I did not know that.
Yep.
Oh, see that? All roads lead to Cornwall.
I guess. Which, of course, originally came from the UK. Did it not? Of course it did. Yeah.
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 Shari's out there. She's saying, hi, guys. Oh, no, you were asking Roy to hum a tune. Nice.
Hey, Shari.
And it looks like Andy's out there. Hey, Andy, joining us.
Andy and Amy.
Good to see you both.
You betcha.
And we have at Alf and Peter, one of our favorite episodes of season 2. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Arthur is also out there. Welcome, Arthur. Art. I'm sorry. I'm saying Arthur.
No, but Arthur. Yeah.
Yeah. When I hear the name Arthur, you know what I think of? I think of Once in Your Life, You'll Find
the movie. Yeah.
This is why we do not sing on the show, folks.
But you just did.
I know.
And we all heard it.
And it'll never be the same. Hey, and Steve's out there. Steven Redder. Good to see you out there, Steve. Said glad to see you both together again. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Great to see you. And he's joining us from California. Dennis Chevalier is also joining us from Canada. We are well represented tonight with the Canadian group. Thank you, fellow Canadians, yourself included, Warren. Chris is out there. Christopher's out there. Welcome, Chris. Chris, I believe you're joining us from Kentucky. He said, one of my favorite episodes in the series, especially with Sarah Douglas as the guest star. Absolutely. And Sean is out there. And Sean, I believe you're joining us from Colorado, if I remember correctly. Welcome. He said, hey, guys, congrats on the Kickstarter campaign. Happy to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that.
Yeah, we're going to be. Yeah, for sure. No, that's wow. There's lots of viewers out there tonight, Roy. Thanks for tuning in. Jack. Hey, Jack.
Jack Haley's joining us. Hey, Jack. Welcome. Good to see you out there. Robert Hill is joining us from Australia, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome. Yeah. Or I should say good morning, too.
Good morning.
Yeah. So I think I covered everybody that's out there. Folks, thanks for being out there. Thanks for listening to some of the fun banter that we were having. And yeah, we're going to be talking about things all Space 1999 with the focus being on a lot of things tonight. But episode-wide, we're going to be talking about the AB Chrysalis.
Yeah, for sure. Roy, is it okay if I just take 3 minutes and talk a little bit about the Kickstarter? Then we'll circle back into the episode, and then we can talk about the Kickstarter at the end, too.
Why don't you take 4 minutes, Warren?
Okay. 4, if not 5, I know, because I ramble. I do. It's a failing of mine, for sure.
I don't know anybody who rambles.
Not around here.
No, please, share away.
Okay, well, here it is. We are so close. Thanks to everybody out there. We are less than $2,000 away from our second stretch goal, which, of course, is an effects shoot in the original style and aesthetic of Space 1999, but also incorporating, I'm sure everybody's aware, original props and models. So hey, replicas are great, replicas are grand, but these are the holy grail items that we're going to be hopefully incorporating if we can hit this goal. Pretty sure we'll do it. We might even do it tonight while we're on stream here. So, and if that happens at the end of the episode tonight, we'll go ahead and announce stretch goal number 3. So ring those phones, as they say. But no, we've had a fantastic month. I mean, you guys all know the history. We got funded within 3 hours, which rolled into our first stretch goal, which is actually the gold plaque you see behind this image. With everybody's name on it, a dedication plaque. So I sort of took that idea, Roy, from the shuttlecraft Kickstarter. They're doing something similar, right? And I went, yeah, that's a really cool idea, and it was also a way to reward everybody who'd contributed, right? Sure. So. Yeah, no. So then, we're almost there. But the other thing I wanted to mention, I'm sorry I didn't load a graphic of it, but. We actually, as of about 3 or 4 hours ago, we got listed on Kickstarter on their main page as one of their projects that they love, or projects we love. So when you go to our Kickstarter page now, you'll see a little tab at the bottom, but you can actually access this. It's like a filter. It's like a search filter, right? So it features and focuses on their favorite projects and ones that they really feel have done a good job with the campaign, with client engagement. That's why I've been hammering those updates, like 2 or 3 updates a day, but something worked that was really trying to hit this algorithm. Essentially, is what it is. So we've got a week left. It's super exciting news to know that our exposure has now increased dramatically. So hopefully that'll not only put us over the top for the second, but hopefully the third stretch goal as well, and maybe even beyond. I've seen some of these campaigns just go literally to the moon, Roy. I think you have yourself, and now that we're fully funded, it's hard to predict where this will take us. So very exciting news. Projects we love on Kickstarter.
No, that's pretty awesome. That's very awesome. And like you said, you were referencing the Galileo, Star Trek original series before. What's those guys did is amazing. Both Dave and Brian, and then the whole team, and everything that James Cawley's done up there is just incredible. Yeah. So this is really taken off, Warren, and it took off right away. And like you said, within the first 3 hours. So it's pretty cool, and there's a lot of yeah, it's going to be amazing to see these effects produced,
I
and especially when you're talking vintage and the original models. I mean,
I
wow.
don't know if you saw this little graphic I
You
did.
did.
Isn't that fantastic?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's just I love it the way it's sort of stretched like the old
Yeah,
70s
the old TVs. Yep. It's not
picture
a flat
tubes.
screen.
Yeah,
It's a picture tube. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's funny too because I remember when if our television, our color TV went, and then the TV repairman came, and then he would actually pull it out, and it was, you were pulling out the picture tube, and it was,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It was that big, deep, yeah, heavy style.
contour, and
Yeah,
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 it's crazy. Yeah, you bring back so many memories with that, and
yeah,
I even
yeah.
remember. I'm not going to say his name on the air, but I remember. I'll say his first name. It was Pat W. And he had a place right in Easton, and I'm not even sure if he's still with us, but it's crazy because it was like a mom and pop shop. I mean, you had the picture tubes and you had the tubes in the back. I mean, now it's like if a television goes, people just toss them and then they go out and buy a new one, and it's crazy. People were getting these flat screen televisions, spending like 15, 16, $2,000, and now you go into the store, they're selling them in the supermarkets, and it's they're
300 bucks.
yeah, $300, and
Yep,
it's like a 32 inch. It's
yep,
crazy, or
yep,
64 inch.
yep.
It's
And
insane.
yeah, even if it lasts a year, year and a half, just throw it out and buy a new one.
Yeah,
It's a disposable world nowadays.
it really is.
It's a even appliances. I mean, I've heard these stories down through the years, right? I mean, dryers will only last about 3 years now, where you used to get 30 out of them, right?
Yeah,
Things like
dishwashers. You hear that
that.
about dishwashers.
Yeah,
See, folks, you didn't realize you were tuning into Mechanics R Us here.
but I mean electronics in particular, because that was my previous career was in retail electronics, and I
Cool.
mean I saw, like, I went from carrying and lugging those big picture tube sets around, right, delivering them, and saw the transition. I remember the first widescreen that came out, so the first 16 by
Yeah.
9, which we're used to now, but it was still a big deep picture tube, right?
Yes.
So it was a rectangular picture tube, and that was strange enough when you first saw it. And then, of course, that formatting, of course, was industry standard within a few years, and we weren't selling square TVs anymore, and then, of course, everything went to the flat screen style. I mean, and I remember, Roy, the first plasma TV I ever saw.
Plasma tube.
And the sticker price on it was $25,000 for a 42-inch widescreen plasma.
Yeah, it's insane. And then you also had the ones that had the what is it? Projection TVs. The
Yes.
projections.
Yep. Yep.
A
Those
friend
were
of ours had she got a new TV, and she essentially gave us hers because she just didn't want to dispose of it. And it was great. We had it for, I think, about maybe a year, if that, and then it finally went out. And we had to get rid of it because to try to fix something like that, forget it.
no.
It's insane.
Yeah. No. It's a different world for sure. There's Nancy
Um,
again.
Haney.
Kickstarter doing exceptionally well. Great to see so much support. Yes, Nancy, and thank you in particular. Nancy's really been going above and beyond with Sharon, and making up some really nice posts,
Oh,
and
very nice, Nancy.
yeah, yeah. Awesome. And I mean, you know what? I mean, I've been harping on this, but we're not asking for everybody to double and triple dip here, but it's a simple fundamental. If we can all share it a couple of times on our
Yeah,
pages and networks, that's all it's going to take
yeah.
to really make this thing go to the moon. So yeah, no, very exciting. So anyway, Roy, AB Chrysalis, any other initial thoughts? You remember seeing it first run or anything like that?
I actually do. I mean, I remember, especially with these episodes, because what happened was what's unique, which really makes me remember these, especially for the second series, is that and I've told this story too. I've told this on our show, and I've told it on on Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner. My parents moved out to this area in November of 1976. So like it was the first few episodes that I actually caught of year two that, like the Metamorph, I remember seeing that distinctively at in Wallington, New Jersey. And then missing, I think the Exiles I missed on the first run. I caught that actually on the rerun. The show was actually being showed on Sundays on Channel 11. And then what they did was what they had done with the first series, they moved it to Saturdays. So I remember seeing this episode on the first run, and I think it was, if I'm not, I'd have to even look up the dates, because you can scour the internet as far as for broadcast dates, but I'm pretty sure it actually premiered maybe even in 77, like in January or February when it was running.
Yeah.
And one of the things I remember is having my Mattel Eagle.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was the big thing. I mean, that was the Christmas present of 1976, getting the Mattel Eagle. And, and of course, I'm going to give a shout out right now to Craig and Tim. I mean, their releases are coming for the folks that order them. And it's literally at 50 years. I mean, it really timed out well with that. And they put so much effort in the detail and everything. And with the upgrades, which if you were in London, it was amazing. In fact, Warren wanted to surprise me with that. And, Jerry Anderson, or excuse me, Jamie Anderson, thanks to Jamie and everything, we were able to see the prototype of that, because he worked with Tim to bring that. And it was incredible, the upgrades that have been made to that. So getting back to the AP Chrysalis, it's just that I remember having my Eagle, and, I'm watching the show, and then, having the Eagle open, and I just thought it was so cool and everything. But as Warren, you were saying earlier, I mean, there was a lot of cool special effects. We got to see Moonbase Alpha, of course, getting hit, by the dust storm when they go to the planet. One of the things that is funny, though, is when the Eagle lands, of all the places it lands on the planet,
I know.
and then the elevator comes down. One of the things, too, that we didn't get to see a lot of in 1999 is with the actors putting on their helmets.
Yes.
And we do get to see Martin Landau, Koenig, putting his helmet on. And this was the episode that introduced the camera helmet.
Yep.
And we would later see it in Bringers of Wonder Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting, specifically because, it was still attached. But it was his, specific helmet. But so that was cool. One of the things that always stood out in my mind for the second series too is the fact that they didn't have that corridor in the Eagle that separated the command module and the passenger module. But that's just, we've talked about that already. But in fact, Sarah Bullen, she gets dialogue in this episode.
Yeah,
that's right. her piece. Her dialogue is meant,
Sanders taking a beating, Commander.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a standout line that we always, that's talked about. That's something that comes up. David's commenting, just switching over for a moment. He said, one of the best year 2 episodes. Story could have easily been done as a year 1 story, but had all things ITC New York wanted. Fantastic FX shots and even a teaser for those with dirty minds.
Absolutely. Yeah. The of course, and we were just so happy and thrilled to have Ina Scriver with us in London as well. She was just the sweetheart of the entire weekend, Roy.
I got to talk to her very briefly. That was my only one of my disappointments, just because we were so busy, and there was some people even with Brian Johnson. I was going by his table, and Brian said, Roy, and I said, Brian, and I didn't get to get back to him, and it was just and with Ina, I talked to her just briefly, but I wish I had gotten a chance to talk to her more. She, just for the folks out there, she actually is a Danish-born actress, and she was a model, and she got her screen debut in a 1974 movie called Percy's Progress, and believe it or not, it was with Leigh Lawson, and folks remember him. Yeah, so there's just a tidbit of information about that, and Leigh Lawson, of course, was in One Moment of Humanity, favorite episode. She also did I slip that in? Ellen's not watching tonight, maybe so. But for the folks out there that remember the James Caan movie, in fact, Ross and I covered it on the show many years ago. She was actually in Rollerball. She was a party guest. She had a small moment in that film.
Really?
She was in that film, yeah. And you know who else was in that film? Believe it or not, was Yasko. She was in the
Oh,
she
wow.
she was in the crowd scene. Yeah.
Huh.
She in regards to Ina, she also was in Star Maidens. She was a Medusan guard. She was in Creature of the Mind. For the folks out there who want to go back and watch Star Maidens, you can track her down. She also did an episode of The New Avengers,
Okay.
and that was filmed right around the same time as Space 1999 was being filmed too. So the last thing she did was in 1983 was in Victor Victoria. She had a part in that, and then she had retired from acting. So that was Ina. But yeah, very to your point, Warren, very sweet, and it was wonderful that she was able to be at the event. So that was great.
Yeah, and of course, there's other comments rolling in about Sarah Douglas as well, special guesting in this episode. Sarah, probably most famously known as Ursa from Superman 2, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah,
But
definitely.
she's had a long and varied career as well. She was in an episode of Babylon 5, which I know you haven't watched yet, but everybody's in Babylon 5. Everybody's in Babylon 5, almost like it sounds like a rollerball. Everybody was in that one.
Yeah, V. If you ever,
Oh, yeah, of course she was in V.
V.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Years later. Yeah. She had a recurring role, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the series, right? Not the telemovies, but in the series.
In the series. Yeah.
Yeah. Stargate SG-1. I never watched Stargate, but yeah. Okay. So Sarah Douglas is also in there.
And she also did, she was, now I'm not sure if it was Falcon Crest or, oh my goodness, I'd have to look it up. I'm going by memory on this. It was either Falcon Crest, Dallas. I think she was in one of those evening soap series that was on in the US, if I'm not mistaken. I think she had a recurring role. I'm pretty sure she did as well, too.
So. I think so as well. She also did a Space 1999 con years ago, I believe, as well, Roy.
She did. Yeah, she did. Back in the 80s. Yeah. So I heard she was, a lot. Yeah, it might have been Dynasty. Or Falcon Crest. Yeah, no, Falcon Crest, Chris is saying. Okay. Yeah, and it was one of those. I wasn't sure. But yeah, she's, and she's very talented, done a lot of stuff. And interesting enough, C was portrayed by Sebastian Bach, who is the 5th generation grandson of composer Johanna Sebastian Bach.
Sebastian, really?
Yes, there's the connection there. He moved to England at the age of 20, into the UK at the age of 21, did a lot of touring. And actually then he in the 1980s, he went back, I guess he went to Canada, and he does a lot of productions and musical theater there. He actually did the voice of Audrey 2 for a time too, for Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, so very interesting.
So,
but
I mean, because the only thing I can think of is that there was probably in the last 20 years there was like a rock star, like a heavy metal guy named Sebastian Bach as well, and he went on to appear in a very famous Canadian TV series called Trailer Park Boys. So he played this sort of burnt out type, rock star druggy type character. I don't think it's the same Sebastian Bach, but because he would have been a lot younger than the fellow that appeared in A.B. Chrysalis. But no, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? You never know.
I guess so, but actually related to the famous composer.
Yeah, I thought that was when I read that, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That is very cool. So yeah, and then of course the voice of the Probe, Robert Rady, he did so many voices for Space 1999, voiceover work, so much voiceover work.
Did he do other episodes? I don't.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and tell you which ones, but yeah, he did a lot.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, but I agree. This with what David said. This episode is definitely one of my favorite from the second series. Tony Barwick was the script writer, and he did a lot with Jerry Anderson. I mean, in regards to, you talk about a prolific writer. I mean, he wrote 2 scripts of Thunderballs. He did 18 Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. He did Joe 90. He did Secret Service. He wrote 12 episodes of UFO. He did
And
11 of the Protectors.
who is this again?
Tony Barwick. He was
Oh,
the script.
Barwick. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah.
he did a lot. And then I mentioned One Moment of Humanity. He actually had written that script as well. He did 3 for Space 1999. So, but in regards to this episode, though, favorite moments, Warren?
Well, you know what? I just thought of a question here. Why is Catherine Shell's hair different in this episode?
You know, it's interesting. It's only different at the very beginning, and when she's in the Eagle, it is it is the way it normally is. They only did it for the opening scene.
Right, because
It's
when
pretty.
she's here, she's got her regular hairstyle.
Yeah.
So it was only in the teaser.
Yep, only in the teaser.
Basically, yeah. There she is with John Hugg. Oh, by the way, we announced John Hugg coming to Manchester.
I saw that. Yeah, John's a great guy. John is a very, very nice guy.
Huh. Yeah, I've never really heard any in-universe explanation or anything like that. But because of that, I always, when I was watching this as a boy, I thought that, and because the airing was the order was, probably mixed up and jumbled in Canada, and I think it was aired sooner than what it was in the production run. But I always thought that A.B. Chrysalis was one of the earlier episodes, like almost like that's shortly after we talked about, how there should have been like almost like a transition episode after Metamorph, showing Maya sort of acclimating to Moonbase and things like that, and that's, in my mind, that's the only thing I could think of, is that it was early on in her arrival, and she hadn't decided on her hairstyle yet. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Yeah, but no, good catch. It's something I always thought, why did they do that? It just, but you know how it is. They film episodes on different days of the week, and then there's maybe a mess up with continuity, and somebody just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Chris was pointing out about Sarah being married to Richard Lee Palmenter. I can never pronounce his name. He was actually in the episode. Ready? Drum roll, please. Do you know which one?
So, well, isn't it in Christopher's comment there, Dorzak?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was reading the name because I believe Richard La Pomerantier was also in A New Hope. I think he was. He was in the council chamber scene, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like your sad devotion to that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Religion.
Right.
Your lack of faith disturbs me.
Yeah.
Later, enough of this. Release him as you wish.
That's right. So he was married to Sarah Douglas.
He was married to Sarah Douglas. Yeah.
Wow.
Sadly, he has since passed away too.
Yeah. Again, just in the last few years as well, I believe. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, because Dorzak, he's the one.
Sam. He played Sam, the tech guy.
He's doing an X-ray or something to do with that brain.
Yeah, Tony goes to see him, and he says, "Sam, can you do me a favor? Can you run a check on this?" And he's like, "Oh, I just ran a check. I just ran a check of the twin of this for Dr. Russell." Yeah. And he says, you mind filling me in? Wow. I cracked up at that line though. He goes, these are organic psycho waves, and then he goes, "Sam, did our sensors pick up organic psycho waves at 21:30 hours?" And as a matter of fact, they did. That was like, such bad dialogue.
Yes, they did.
Jenny is out there joining us from Australia. Welcome, Jenny.
And Alf and Peter commented on the bouncing balls. They were, from a design perspective, that's another reason why I like this episode, because it, the whole design of the interiors down there with not only the space station, like I said, with the groovy lightning effects, but once they got into the facilities, all those wavy bouncy balls and things like that, it was almost reminiscent to something out of Guardian of Perry. But again, it was just a really alien looking environment, right? Yeah. They weren't just beaming down, and yeah, I thought they did a really good. It
Did
would
you
have been
say beaming down?
beaming down. Did I? But I was going to say Keith Wilson. I think did a wonderful job with the design of this
Oh
episode.
my God, Keith was incredible with his design work. He was amazing. What a yeah. I mean, incredible. Did you ever see the? And I'm digressing, but that's what we do. Did you ever see the movie, the Christmas movie, Scrooge, that Kelsey Grammer did? And it came out about maybe 20, now it's about 25 years ago. It was in the very early 2000s. Keith Wilson was involved with the production designing of that, and I think he won it, if I'm not mistaken, and folks correct me if I'm wrong, for those who know, I believe he won an Emmy for his work in that. And it's just of the town of and everything. It was just incredible. So again, yeah. Did you ever see that one?
I didn't. Scrooge with Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's
And,
really good.
yeah, the only thing that I think of when you say that is my favorite Christmas movie is Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Yes. Yeah. That was 1988, 89. It was in the late 80s movie, I think.
Yeah.
Unless I'm slipping. Nancy said, I think the bouncing balls in this episode triggered my fascination with 10-pin bowling balls. I thought I bought one years ago and painted an eagle
I
on it.
remember that, Nancy. You sent us a picture, and I think I used that in one of the con booklets.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was amazing work. Yeah.
Yes, Chris, that's a good point. Those spears of light reminded me of those used in the Prisoner TV series. Yes. And David said, I often wondered why that marker that Koenig used to show where they came from had not dried out by the time they arrived.
As I'm sitting here playing with a Sharpie marker, David.
So funny. Yeah. Now, the other thing that we get there's something a form of technology we were introduced to in this episode. Any idea of what it is that we have not seen before?
Was that the laser cannon on the Eagle? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool. We had that.
Yeah, it was a really eagle-centric. Like there's some beautiful shots of the 44-inch. I think they were primarily using Eagle 2 at this point, but I think as well in a couple shots you can see Eagle 3.
Do me a favor, can you bring up the Eagle and I'll tell you which one they used?
Sure. Yeah, I'm getting good at this now too. But it does alternate. So this is that's Eagle 1.
That's Eagle 1.
That's Eagle 1. Wow. Okay. But here.
That's Eagle 3.
No. Oh, yes, it is. Yep. No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Where's Chris Trice? He'll back me up.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, it's not Eagle 2. Now that I believe.
Would that have been in the 11-inch?
It could be. It's either 11 or 22.
Maybe.
I don't think it's the 11. I think it's probably maybe the 22.
But here's one thing, just a weird snippet. Those domes, they were cut in half and used as the nuclear waste domes in Bringers of Wonder later on.
Yeah, that's true.
So when I think of the scale of those domes,
if that's the case, and that's a 44, then it's just that you can't see it close up.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Unless those domes are a smaller. I don't know if they made a smaller set of those. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah, we'd need Mr. Trice for sure.
Chris. Actually, the spears were. Let me take a look here.
Okay, because the spears of 44 with the domes.
Yeah, and that's Eagle 3.
Yeah,
and you could tell by the just the shoulder pod. That's what the giveaway is, and just the some of the information I have. The spears were 5 feet tall, so big that Martin Bauer couldn't get them out of his workshop door. He had to saw through the door frame. The spears were reused as the waste domes and Bringers of Wonder.
There we go.
So it was only those specific domes. So that is got to be a 44-inch Eagle there. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Huh. I'm still mulling over the size and the scale of these things.
Oh, you know what? I just zoomed in on it. Yeah, that's Eagle 3.
Would
That
have
was
been
Eagle 3.
massive. Huh.
Yeah, very cool.
Wild,
Thanks for
wild.
bringing that up, though. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, Adrian's out there. Hey, Adrian. Thanks for joining us from
oh, hey, Adrian
Australia.
was on one of the shows not too long ago, Roy. He
Yeah, I
tuned in,
know.
dialed in at the last minute from Australia. That was great.
Yeah, great to see you out
It
there.
was really
Thanks
nice to
for
talk to
calling
him.
in.
Yeah, it's amazing how often we catch people from down under there. Well, Jenny is always tuning in, and she's from Australia as well.
Yeah, Australia for me is 16. There's a 16-hour time difference, I believe, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to say it's four. Is it 4 o'clock in the afternoon there in Australia? I'm guessing, because it's almost 10 o'clock here. In fact, Ryan is in the UK right now,
Oh
and
yeah, you mentioned something about that. Just fill us all in again here. That's very
yeah,
exciting.
he's running the London Marathon on Sunday.
That's incredible, Roy.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
Adrian said it's
US
11:50 there.
11:50 a.m. But no, you should be. I know you're so proud of
Oh my God, yeah.
your boy
He's
Ryan.
yeah.
The London Marathon. Good for him.
Yeah, he ran in the New York City Marathon last year. He came in 162, 161, 162, I think, out of over 50,000. So it's his passion though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's we wish him all the best of luck and yeah, he's done just so many great things with his coaching and his website there, Roy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nope, he's very passionate. Just how we're passionate about this stuff. That's how he is about the running.
I got to ask you because Ryan's even been on a couple of your shows and like he is he a fan of space very much at all? Like he's kind of a fan of sci-fi, right?
Um, he Is he a fan of it? I would say he's not a fan, but when he watches it, he enjoys it. And what's really nice about it is he watches it and he'll tune in to a lot of it because of me. So, but he definitely will see sci-fi movies and stuff on his own. But to say that he's a fan might be a little bit strong.
He was more of a fan, I believe, of Lost in Space, like you are, right? No?
He watched that with me when he was younger. I remember one of the things I did was when he was a baby because he was born in '93. I remember watching and I even said this is history and being made. Ryan, he was a little baby. I mean, he would have been what? My God, he was probably like well, I can do the math. 3, 6. He was 8 months old, and we watched in '94 All Good Things. ... The last episode of Star Trek Next Generation, TNG. Yeah. And it's crazy now, because Ryan's going to be 33 in September. It's kind of crazy, but so much time has gone by. Thanks, Jenny.
Oh, Jenny, yeah, we're going. I was going to say, Adrian's chiming in on something here that's quite interesting as well. He says in our summer, American winter, it changes around 2 p.m. due to both countries doing daylight savings. Right. Fun fact, though, I've told everybody on these shows for years that I live in a really obscure region of Canada where we don't change for daylight savings, and in the last month. The two provinces next to me, so moving west in Canada, so Alberta and British Columbia, have both mandated not to do daylight savings anymore because it's such an out-of-date, antiquated concept, right? And so I think the it's going to be a domino effect now. So you'll probably see all of Canada moving away from daylight savings, and we'll see if there's any spin-off effect around the world at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's a pain in the ass. I've never had to do it, right? But what I've had to do twice a year then is the mental math to figure out where everybody else is, right?
Yeah. So you're still being dragged into it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather's out there. Hi, Heather.
Adrian said, I like Star Trek that way. Seen the whole original series. I think some episodes are brilliant, and I really like the characters. Not as passionate as I am a fan of UFO, Space 1999, Doctor Who. Gotcha. Jeff said, I'll never know what
time it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
No. Well,
one of the things that we didn't get a chance to talk about was this is the episode, and this is where a little of the continuity of the show kind of went out a little bit. Is when Maya turns into the Krino monster. I don't want to say monster, Krino alien, and because it breeds chlorine.
Mhm.
And what happens is that's how she's able to rescue Nick, or I should say Alan, that's pretty much trapped in that chlorine breathing atmosphere. That creature is revisited in the beta cloud. However, when it's in a oxygen environment, it doesn't pass out, and it's not like ready to drop, breathing in the oxygen as it was occurring in this episode. So
Right. It was a callback that they almost in Beta Cloud, but they don't use the name Crino, do they, Roy? Like they reference chlorine breathing.
no, she says there's a animal on the planet Krino. It lives in some kind of habitat areas, and it breeds chlorine. She referenced the planet's name.
Right, in AB Chrysalis, but they don't reference Crino in Beta
No,
Cloud.
no,
Yeah.
they don't.
Which would have been nice if they would have done that. Oh,
Right.
yeah, I remember that creature. Or I remember you telling us the story, Maya, when you and Alan and John were on,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
No,
instead, it just it's like they have this plan, and then
yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
Steven is saying the Eagle landing on the exact spot with the lift. Yeah, we were just talking about that too earlier, Steven. Lift, its exact size was odd. Same lift from the hangar. Yeah,
I never knew that before. It was the exact same lift as that they use in the Eagle hangar. Of course, it makes sense.
it does.
Yeah.
Jenny just said Queensland doesn't do daylight savings time either.
Oh.
Messy with time differences around the country. And Adrian said, so AB Chrysalis is pretty great because it's by Tony Barrick, who was Jerry's most experienced writer and knew how to grip us all. Plus the collision ideas like season one. Yep.
It is.
I'll agree.
It is. And I recall seeing this, not first run, but because I was too young, but in the 80s on my first rewatch, I thought they did a really good job of building the tension right up until the end of the episode, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, they're not going to make it, right? And like, what's going to happen? So it was pretty suspenseful, I found it, for a younger viewer as well, which some of the year two episodes, can't really say the same thing, but
no, I think there was good build up with that, and I thought the hope is better than despair. Creation is better.
It's a great speech. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The Koenig speech is one of the few that's quite often quoted by fans 50 years later, right?
Yeah, I thought that was, and I liked, some people say it's the cutes, but I liked that in the end, those epilogues, and Maya references Tony. Tony's, again, we were talking about this. Tony's not in the episode, and she said she was going to have lunch with Tony, and he's asking her how she was able to deduce the information so quickly, and he's trying to do the math in his head, and he's like 4.5. He's like trying to do it. David commented and said one thing about year two is that it introduced planets with atmospheres not breathable to us. Almost every year, one episode the Alphans landed on with no problem.
That's a good point. That's a great point, actually.
Point.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one that comes to mind, and it is, I am looking forward to discussing it, and I think we'll probably devote 4 hours to this episode, is the Seance Spectre. I love that episode. And that's another episode that, it's not a habitable planet.
Yeah. But, they even went so far to follow up on David's comment to include a sequence where the voice of the probe is like trying to determine where they're from in order to provide the proper atmosphere, right? Yeah, yep. Year one just would have been, oh yeah, okay, we're here, hi.
Yeah.
So there's a little thought put into that as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, and that's and again, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but this is why I it makes me sad when there's so much back and forth between the two seasons. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, or maybe it was even today, or it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or today, and I said it's I don't even remember who I was talking to, but Um, Talking about Star Trek episodes with the third season. A lot of people don't like the third season episodes. Actually, I know who I was talking to. I was talking to my friend Edwin about it.
Mhm.
And sorry, Edwin, it's brain cramp. And we were talking about Trek because there's so much we have debate with Space 1999 fans within our own circle between the year one and the year two episodes. Star Trek, and again, I'm a huge Star Trek fan in regards to the original series, and I watched all the next generation episodes from beginning to end. And after that, I kind of fell off. It was piecemeal with them all after that. But my point being, there's so much separation and dissension, and there's so much.
It's just petty, right?
What is it? What are they? What's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like it's a what do they call that? It's a civil war. It's like civil chaos
Yeah.
with fandom when it comes to that, and it's just like wow, you like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like, and for every episode that's great for one season, there's also episodes that aren't so good. I mean, and then anyway, I'm not even gonna go there, but I
That's
already
okay.
did.
Adrian's got another great point here. I enjoy AB because Barwick has our three Alphans take a dangerous and challenging journey to save
Mhm.
Alpha, and they have a lot of obstacles just to communicate.
Yeah,
Right.
good
So
point.
it's a pretty solid sci-fi concept when you look at it from that perspective, Adrian. Yeah, definitely one of the better year two. I think everybody has been um, chiming in with the same thought here tonight.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. Yeah, Barwick definitely did a good job, and like I said, he did 3 episodes for Space 1999, and this definitely was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I revisit it quite frequently.
Yeah. Now, did you go back and watch the episode right before our discussion?
Nope,
Okay, I was just curious. I try to do that. I didn't do it this time, but
it's
you know,
okay.
but you know what?
I've
I
never done it.
I mean, like everybody that's out there, I've seen these episodes like, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's like at least 100 times over anyway. So it's all good. Hey, Gordon's out there. Welcome, Gordon. He's saying, except the Eagle landing right on the lowering pad on the actual planet. What are the odds?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been joking about that all night, Gordon. So true.
Well, and I still can't believe Stephen Redder pointed out that it's the same lift that they use in the actual Alphen hangar. Gordon, I'm not sure if you knew that, but yeah, what are
Yeah,
the
and I mean
chances?
and what and I always that always cracked me up too. And I think if I'm not mistaken, oh, where is it?
Oh, Roy's going to look for some reference.
They actually acknowledge this. Now, if you're watching to talking about that point that Stephen brought up, um, if you're watching the Sand Spectre, which again is one of my favorites, and I was just talking about that, when Eagle One lands on the launch pad, Alan says, you know, uh, about we're bringing in a damaged Eagle,
Hmm.
and then Tony says, alert, crash units or whatever. The Eagle is being brought down to the hangar, and it's essentially like on a cross launch pad. By the time it makes its way down to the lower underground hangar, it is on the pad that Stephen was just talking about.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was actually referenced in the manual. If you and folks out there, if you have this manual, which is really cool.
Hmm.
Um,
That was the Anderson Entertainment.
yes,
Yes.
they
Yep.
did one for UFO, and they did one for Space 1999. And forgive me, I can't think of the guy's name. He was in the UK. He was at the London Space 1999 convention. Really, those guys are great from Anderson Entertainment, and his work on designing this was incredible. And of
Oh,
course,
Chris Thompson.
yeah, I think it was Chris. Yep,
Yeah.
Chris. So Chris, you did an amazing job at this point.
Hmm. Hmm.
And as I am attempting to find the page, which I am having such a problem finding.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'm just pulling up some comments here. Yeah, Gordon had it at the same time. Chris Thompson. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Up here it is. So it's actually referenced how they did that. And I think that's great that, Chris acknowledged that. So it's, if you have the book, here it is. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, some beautiful cutaways, hey?
Yeah. But it shows the launch pad, how it essentially goes from the cross, and then it goes to like a rectangular.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's nice that that level of detail was done.
Chris put a lot of thought into that. Wow. Yeah.
So anyway, just wanted to reference that.
No, wonderful. Well, listen, we're not going to ramble on tonight, Roy, because I know it's late where you are. We said we'd try and cap this around an hour. We're getting pretty close to that. So
we passed it, but it's all good.
Well, no, I think we started late. That was what it was.
That's true. Warren, I think you should do. I really think you should do a recap though in regards to the Kickstarter. Just put it out there.
Listen, if you don't mind. Thanks for that 4 minutes. Yeah, for sure. So we'll wrap up. Any other final thoughts on AB Chrysalis, though, Roy?
Final thoughts? No, just that it's definitely a fan favorite, and hey Martin, thanks for joining us. 50 years later, we're still here talking about it, and we really just love these episodes. And it was nice to see Koenig and Alan together again.
Mm-hmm.
Also with Maya, because it was a different dynamic, and I think I think that's what whatchamacallit, my screen just blanked here for a second here. Adrian was trying to say before he was referencing it. It was cool though to have the camaraderie of the three of them together. It was definitely different, and again, it's nothing wrong with the other members of the team, but it's just it was a nice shift.
It was, because I can't think of any other instance in year 2 where the three of them were together as much, and so you definitely didn't see that dynamic in other episodes for sure.
Yeah. And Adrian, I would agree about your comment. Especially Guilty Pleasure, Glisters, and Luton. I love Rules of Luton for that character development, that storyline where we get to hear the backstory about what happened on Earth, with Koenig and his history. I also think it's really important that we have that with Maya. And interesting enough too, and I think this was already mentioned, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, when the novelization came out, or the novelization for that. Originally, I think in the original script, it was supposed to be Tony and Maya in Rules of Luton going to the planet, and then Koenig was the one that was actually getting the eagle and coming back for them. So really, it kind of it would have given a nice development between between Tony and Maya to learn more about each other and just have them, grow together.
Yeah, no, 100%. And Gordon's got a great observation here as well. And I totally agree. Shame they didn't use the Koenig without his jacket. There's several shots with him not wearing it, production shots. You're right. And Alan is seen quite frequently in the episode without his jacket. And that's it's one of those things that in my mind was more reminiscent of year 1, to see that colored sleeve out in the open more. And it was just like, I know, Roy, you mentioned that Koenig, I think, takes his jacket off in Journey to Wear, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But very, very rarely. Yeah. So
actually, give me 1 second. I have this prepared, and I'm going to try to do this. If this thing lets me. It's giving me a little bit of a hard time. Here we go. There we go. You can see it a little bit there. And then that's the image that Gordon is referencing.
That's right.
It's cool to see. In fact, what's also interesting too is there is a different shot, and I think it almost looks like that Catherine Schell isn't even wearing boots. It's almost like she's in doesn't have any shoes on whatsoever. There's another photo out there of her, but it would have been cool to have seen this type of image with him, with them all out of their jackets.
It just instantly jumps out at you as
they're one-ish.
Exactly. It's remarkable. Yeah. Love it.
Gordon said there were about 3 of them. Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, Deborah's joining us, aka Lauren Bacall. Thanks for being out there.
I remember Lauren from last time, and I
Yeah.
don't think you were around, Roy. And I was like, "Oh, Lauren Bacall," and she did mention. She said, "I'm a good friend of Roy's."
Yeah, and happy birthday to Lauren. She just celebrated her birthday on Earth Day, in fact.
Oh
So
wow!
which was this week too. So happy birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday for
Deborah.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
No, wonderful, wonderful.
Now,
Well,
real quick, the
yep.
year two outfits are they're pretty snazzy. I mean, Koenig. I mean, it's different. I mean, the blacks, you can't really see it in this photo. The black sleeve doesn't come all the way up, but you know,
It's I wish they would have used this more, because to me it's more of a slight modification of the year one, right? But
oh yeah,
it still harkens back to that look and that style
right.
that we were familiar with. The jackets, to me, I mean,
Well, you know why they did the jackets, right?
was it to hide some waistlines mainly?
That would be part of it, but
Okay.
the other thing was in regards to having them, be able to put their hands in the pockets. Really,
Hands, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Strangely enough, eh?
yeah,
But wow, yeah, I love that shot.
that's great.
Hmm.
But
Cool. Okay. Well, we will call that a wrap then on AB Chrysalis, and I'll just take 5 minutes. Roy, unless you had anything else.
nope, I'm good.
You're
No,
good?
please.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for joining in. And okay, so where are we at? I'm going to share my screen. I haven't refreshed the Kickstarter all episode, so we'll see where we're at. Okay, 52,214. I don't think that's changed. I'm just going to refresh. Nope. Which is 38 plus, I think, in US, right?
It's really good.
Yeah, yeah. So we're really, really pleased with the overall results. We're almost 4 times our original funding goal. We've still got 7 days left, everyone. And I just, biggest thanks to everybody out there again for your support in hitting our funding goal, hitting our first stretch goal. With 7 days, I would be really shocked if we didn't hit the second stretch goal, right, for the practical effects shoot. There, Gordon's got it, 38,178. Yep, there we go. So,
Thanks,
you know what? With 7 days left, I think I'm just gonna. Roy, what do you think? Should we announce the third stretch goal, and it just gives everybody an extra couple days to get the word out?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I'm okay with giving a little sneak preview here. So, okay, give us a second. And this will sort of kickstart our last 7-day period here. So as far as an official announcement goes, and I have been hinting that this third stretch goal will be of interest to, of course, not only everybody supporting Return to Moonbase Alpha, the short film, but everybody planning on attending Manchester 1999 this September is going to benefit from this, because it's very, very exciting. So we're very, very pleased to announce that, boom, here it is. Our third stretch goal will be to help to restore the original command center set used on Space 1999. So this will be the original screen used panels that you see behind Catherine and Martin there, and the yellow ones off to the side. That whole wall that was seen in so many episodes, right? They unfortunately reduced the size of the control center in year 2, but this is the very iconic wall of computer panels. And so what's happened here is that these have been recently acquired by a collector in the UK, and he's planning on restoring them for presentation in Manchester for everybody to enjoy. So there's a lot of restoration work involved here. I own one of these panels myself from the far wall, the back wall that you can't see here. So does Stephen Redder, if you're out there, Stephen. And we've both gone to the lengths of restoring the electronics and the lighting in them. It's really, really cool to see. So this will be virtually an entire section of wall that will be on display. This is the first time these screen used items have been on display since Blackpool. After the
Wow.
series, they were on display in Blackpool for several years. And we're just so happy to be involved in this restoration project. So if we can hit our second stretch goal at 40,000, we'll have a week left. We have a week left as of tonight. This third stretch goal will be unlocked at 50,000 USD, and that'll just help us with some of those restoration costs and, of course, transport and things like that for this gracious collector who's going to be bringing these original pieces. And of course, the whole idea all along as well has been to use this set for filming Return to Moonbase Alpha. So we're not only going to have vintage visual effects with original props, we're going to have original costumes, we're going to have original actors like Nick Tate, and now the grand finale, we're going to be filming on the original set used in Space 1999. Isn't that amazing?
Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yep, I think everybody's saying it. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I see that. I see the comments.
Let me ask you a question. Has this collector had these all this time, or did he just come into here?
No,
So
they've changed hands a few times down through the years since Blackpool. And I want to just maybe backpedal a little bit. They may have been on display somewhere after Blackpool, but like we're talking 35, 40 years ago still. Right. But the collector that has them now recently purchased them from another collector. Okay. But the intention in that transaction was all along to restore them, of course, for everybody's enjoyment. So right. We're happy to help out and facilitate that. And if, like I said, if we can help in any way with getting this wonderful exhibit to Manchester for everybody to enjoy, and of course, the added benefit, of course. Filming a continuation of the series using the original set. Oh, and I will say as well, the whole idea along with that wall is that there will be, hopefully, cross your fingers, at least one original desk sitting in front of it. So you remember the recreation in Peterborough, right? Sure. That ASA did. I mean, that was wonderful enough, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
This is essentially going to be the same setup, but it's going to be screen used and authentic. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's
so, yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of the collectors there. I mean, collectors anywhere. I mean, they're really fantastic people, but it's just that these specific people that own, that we know personally that own these items. I mean, it says a lot, for them to come together to do this. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So we're just very, very thrilled and excited to be able to. Oh, Gordon's saying screen used once again.
Yeah.
I love this from David. So we're really returning to movies. Yeah. David, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. It's going to be such an amazing achievement for all of fandom. And we're just, like I said, we're so grateful to be able to facilitate this. And we thank you again for all your support in the Kickstarter. Another comment here real quick from Adrian. Will Mr. Anholt be involved, Tony's son? Well, Adrian, all I can say to that is be watching into May sometime, and we may have another announcement to add to our guest roster for Manchester 1999. Okay, he was Christian. That most recent trailer we did, just incredible.
Yeah, that nailed. Yeah, he nailed it. It was great. It was That was really, really, and Christian is just such a nice guy. I mean, I had the opportunity to conduct, one of the panel discussions with him, and just talking to him, and he's just very down to earth, and really just it was really nice to just hear his stories and everything, and just growing up, and hear stories about Tony too as well.
He was so humble, and you know what? The other thing was, do you remember he brought his Comlock that his dad gave him as a 10-year-old as a toy, and he still had it.
Yeah. Gordon, Roy was in full garb, aiming his stun gun with the Peterborough setup. Timeless. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I saw that recently. Gordon posted that.
Yeah, that was great. Adrian said, "Brilliant, very exciting project, guys." Now, it's very, very cool. But to your point too, Warren, in fact, when he handed those over. Martin Bauer and I, not Martin Bauer, Martin Willie
Martin
and I
Willie.
were like taking pictures, and we were looking for a tape measure because we were trying to find out, to get the exact specs for the comm lock, because here we have like an actual screen, used comm lock in our hands. And it was amazing just to see, and it was so worn and there was different things, but I took like a million photos of that, as Martin did it as well, Martin Willie. Yeah. But it was just so gracious of Christian to let us do that.
He was so humble.
Very humble. Very, very, very humble.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see if there's any final comments here.
There is.
I see. I saw it. I was putting it up just as you were.
This is irrelevant, but Roy looks a lot like my younger brother, so much so Roy could pass for a third brother. Oh, wow. Thanks.
All right. Well, we're getting
great to be a part of the family, Adrian.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I'm working on my accent. How's that, Adrian? That's my Nick Tate accent. I don't know if Nick will appreciate that, but nice place, huh? Kind of peaceful. I'm gonna get us booted off here.
No, you're fine. I mean,
no, thank you, Warren, for sharing everything, and thank you for everything, all the work you've been doing. And as I like to say, you've been spearheading all this, and you've been this is been your baby, your project, and you've done an amazing job with it. So congrats to you with it, and putting a lot of effort, a lot of work, doing a lot of the stuff. I know there's it's a team of people helping with everything, but in regards to trying to keep this going forward and everything, you've been doing that, so kudos to you for that, my friend.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just a pleasure to finally see it all fall into place and the stars align, as it were. It's been a challenge the last 2-3 years, but timing is everything, and yeah, I'm looking back, I'm glad that everything played out the way it did, because it's just even like this third stretch goal, right? I mean, couple years ago never would have happened, right? So
it's a lot of it's timing. A lot of it is with anything is
we were marveling over the launch of the Kickstarter in the same day as the Artemis launch, right?
Yes,
so incredible, right?
Yeah, no, that was a blessing. In fact, when we were doing the 300th episode of Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner, we actually had that going on in the background a little bit, where they were coming back to Earth.
Yeah,
and I'm just so happy. That was just a blessing. Yeah. Chris said, looking forward to the next show. Thanks, Chris. And Agent said, great, awesome. Thanks, mate. Oh boy.
Awesome. Anyway. Okay, well, listen, we'll wrap up for tonight then. Thanks again to everybody for tuning in tonight from all over the world. We were broadcasting in a lot of different places tonight, so nice to see everybody tuning in. And yeah, it's been a ride. It's going to be still an exciting few months to come. So
yeah, lots of good stuff.
Everybody strap in.
Yep, get your as Koenig said in End of Eternity, visors down.
Exactly. Well, Roy, live long and prosper, my friend.
Yeah, you too.
And to everybody out there.
Oh, and I'll give a shameless plug. So
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no Roy's
you can have 4 minutes.
Yeah, I don't even need 4 minutes. I give you and your Valiant crew 2 minutes. Yeah, no Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner episode tomorrow. I am going to try to go down to there's Chiller Theater is going to be in town, so I'm going to stop down there. Just actually, Edwin, who is a friend of the show, I'm actually just going to meet him down there and help him. He's going to try to get some autographs. Pamela Ferdin is actually going to be there, and she was actually on the show last year, so she wanted to come back on the show. So I'm going to actually, my mission to go down there is to actually talk to her, and I'm going to see if she is going to be coming, I can get her to come back on the show again, because we really wanted to talk about Star Trek. So for the Star Trek
and the children shall lead,
and the children shall lead. Yeah. And she's so super sweet. She's so nice. So anyway, I may broadcast a live tidbit down there tomorrow, hopefully just for maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, no formal episode. So Ross and I will be back on May 1st. And also, I haven't formally announced it yet, but since Gordon's out there, we are going to be doing a show of Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner, and it's going to be about habitable planets in space 1999.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's interesting. We're talking about that. So yeah, It's going to be on a Sunday. So, in fact, I think it's going to be the Gordon. When are we doing that? I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I think we're doing that May 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Sunday at 7 p.m. So we thought that would be fun to do. So anyway,
that will be a fun chat.
Yeah. So anyway, just putting that out there. So anyway, that's all I got. Thanks, Warren, for the shameless plug.
No problem. Do you want to theme or hum the outro theme?
You really want to get us tossed off here, don't you?
Well, you know what? We could run it now to close out, because if we get shadow banned, it's like we're done anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Let's do it.
Let's do that. We'll do that as our outro.
Thanks, Chris. Everyone is welcome. So.
And I'm just gonna find it. There it is. Forgive us for the orange spacesuits, everyone, but we'll see you next time as well. Okay.
Yeah. Please forgive us for that.
Good night.